Hello, mixtresses and mixters. This is mixtressrae. You're watching Mixtress Video. So today I'm just going to do a quick, I added keywords to this Oracle deck, and someone had asked me, they wanted to see what keywords I decided to use. So this is going to kind of be a review and like deck mod show and tell, essentially. So if you don't know about this deck, it is on Etsy, Oracle of the Strange Forest. It is a... very awesome, very functional. Comes in this great little magnetic box. Sorry, like the word functional sounds kind of like basic, but this is my go-to animal spirit deck. So what I did essentially, there are keywords in the deck or in the guidebook, but there aren't keywords on the cards. So I added my own keywords. For each one, I did go through and read what the guidebook had to say. And if I agreed with one of these keywords, that would be my first choice of what I used on the cards. Or if I didn't agree, or if I had if I interpret a particular animal in a different way, then I would use my own keyword, essentially. So this deck actually, like, I love it even more now because because I wanted it to have keywords, first of all, but also because I got to choose my own keywords. I got to choose exactly how I wanted it to be. So these are in no particular order. And this deck actually, like, if you've bought a reading from me, which, hey, you know what? I need to do this more often. I have like a little business card like out so that I can set it on my videos. So hey, if you want a reading from me. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through. I just used a metallic silver Sharpie and it worked great. So for hawk, I used driven. For trout, transformation. Centipede, multitasking. Squirrel, play. Bee, balance. Are these the cutest? Snail, stagnation. Bat, rebirth. This is one of the ones, like, this is not what the guidebook said, but this is the keyword that always comes to mind for me specifically when I see a bat card. Skunk, boundaries. Tortoise, stability. Dove, peace and good news. Spider, another one. I think it was described differently in the guidebook, but I always think of community and, you know, web weaving, community, that kind of thing. I always think of that when I see spider. Mouse, social. Tree frog, conformity. Chipmunk, hoarding. I kind of wish I'd picked, I don't know what word, but like one that doesn't have such negative connotations, because I don't think hoarding in this context of the way I interpret this card is necessarily, I don't know. I kind of wish I would have picked a kinder sounding word that meant a similar thing. Intelligence for rat. Inner light, firefly. This took me forever, because when I see a deer, I feel seen. It's weird. Like, I feel like deer look into my soul. So this is a very personal meaning for me. Raccoon is questioning. Love the little UFO. Sasquatch, mystery. Cougar, solitude. I love that this cougar is in the position of like a traditional, like, old school tattoo. Like, you could see this on a sailor's arm, you know. Blue jay and cardinal, self-expression. Fox, opportunity. Rabbit, survival, groundhog, optimism, Mothman, warning, porcupine, take no shit, badger, persistence, confrontation for boar, cooperation for coyote. It's like a Two of Pentacles kind of moment there. Mole, trust, opossum, pacifism, owl, wisdom. I mean, that's just, it is the key word for owls. Crow, magic, woodpecker, find your niche, beetle, strength, bear, protection, catfish, acceptance, chickadee, creativity, goose, teamwork, salamander, nonconformity, lynx, vision and planning, spotted lanternfly, destruction. The guidebook was interesting on this because, like, you know, talking about the spotted lanternfly being like really pretty and everything, but it's actually like awful for its surroundings and it destroys everything in its path and it's invasive. And so I was like, fine, I just spilled coffee on my deck and the box. Okay, hold on, let me just dry this off really quickly. Hey, it's been anointed with coffee. I'm trying to destroy the deck as I look at the spotted lanternfly. River otter, enjoy life. Weasel, pure joy. And that's my own interpretation. I don't think that's what the guidebook said, but weasel is the closest thing that this deck has to a ferret. And for me, the tagline for ferrets is pure joy and sunshine every waking moment. So that's what I base that on. Wolf, loyalty. Beaver, productive. Moth, cycles. Toad, toxic. UFO, transcendence. Snake, time for change. Cricket, luck / calm. And then mosquito, I kind of wish I would have put, although I don't know if I would have had enough room to write this, but I kind of wish I would have put energy vampire on this one instead of energy drain, but same situation. Okay, so that's the keywords that I put on this deck. Also, just as a general review of this deck, like I said, it's my go-to animal spirit deck. I love this. Is my favorite kind of cardstock too. It's that kind of swishy cardstock that like Wild Unknown has, sort of. It's that same cardstock that the Oneromancy deck has. It also has these cool holographic edges. I love that it's tarot sized, which I prefer. I mean, I'm okay with a bigger oracle deck, you know, occasionally, but for the most part, I like a smaller deck. Anyway, I love this deck. Like, just as a review of this deck, I fucking love it. I love decks that have that sort of combination of being very functional for everyday use and having like basic concepts, but not basic in imagery. I really love that combination because this deck, you know, you've got UFOs, everybody's weird, you've got little psychic eyes on some cards. Like, I love the weirdness, how this deck presents as being weird, but it's actually very, very functional for any reading, honestly. So love this deck a lot. Gabrielle Cash, she also did, what was that, like Weird Cat Tarot. I don't have that one. It is super cute though. Yeah. Anyway, I love this deck, so go get it. And if you want to add your own keywords, it was very easy to do. I recommend it. Like I'm thinking now I'm like, okay, what other Oracle decks do I have that could be more usable for me with keywords? Because with this one I was just always getting out the guidebook and looking them up, whereas especially with client readings I don't want to have to get the guidebook out. I'd rather just have a keyword to go off of, and if I didn't have a specific feeling about an animal, like with this one I wouldn't have needed a keyword, because for me weasels are just ferret adjacent, which means that it's all about joy. But if it was an animal that I didn't have a particular feeling about, I would always have to get the guidebook out. So anyway, really, really, wait, well, I'm not putting that back in the box because I keep it out now. Happy with this deck. Thank you for making it, Gabrielle Cash. So awesome. Love it a lot. It's my probably one of my top 5, definitely one of my top 5 Oracle decks. Love it so much. Okay, bye guys.